Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to another live episode of Crypto. We're just going to be talking about anything about crypto. Okay, this program is proudly brought to you by Binance Africa. I'm your host, Kehinde Lawal. I'm very glad to be here, and I hope you are also glad, right? So please let me and also your okay. All right. So And also, I want you to subscribe to this channel and also share this live stream with as many persons as many crypto newbies out there that you know. Please share this live stream so that about cryptocurrency and blockchain. Okay. All right. So having said that, to begin with, I considered financial purpose for making. So if you participate actively in today's conversation, you stand a chance to win 100 BUSD courtesy of Binance. Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world in terms of volume, in terms of number of users, and in terms of features for both newbie and professional traders. Okay, so if you are yet to create a Binance account, kindly do that by using the link attached to this video, and yeah, we're good to go. All right, so today I'll be starting with Bitcoin versus internet money, right? Bitcoin is internet money in a layman language. It's internet money, and it's money that you can spend across the globe without you requesting for permission. You don't need any bank to use Bitcoin. You don't need to take any permission from any middleman. You don't need any middleman to use Bitcoin. Okay, so one of the feature of Bitcoin is that it is peer to peer. You can use Bitcoin. You can send it directly to any person around the globe. Okay. Another characteristics of Bitcoin is that it's permissionless. And if you want to understand the meaning of permissionless in this case, it means that from Nigeria, if you want the money to any African country, if you visit the bank, they're going to tell you that you can't do it. I've tried this. I've visited a couple of banks in Nigeria. I can't send money to Ghana. I can't send money to Ghana, right? So you can't do it via Western Union. You can't do it via MoneyGram. You can only receive. You can't send, right? So that means they're restricting you, right? That means you need to take permission where to use the traditional banking system, right? I'm not saying it's bad that there's a restriction there, right? But when it comes to Bitcoin, you can use it to send money, you can use it to send value to any African country without a permission. Okay. One other characteristics of Bitcoin is that it is censorship resistant. right? Censorship resistance means that no single person, no single party, no single government can deter you from using it. No single person can deter you from using Bitcoin, right? The only thing that can happen that you'll be able to use your Bitcoin is if the internet of that particular location is completely shut down, right? I know that's like an extreme case. That's like an extreme case, right? That the internet of your country or your city is shut down. But even at that, you can still send a Bitcoin transaction using SMS, mobile SMS, right? So the whole idea of Bitcoin is that somebody in a village in Nigeria, let's say a local village or a farm in Taraba State. Taraba is the northern part of Nigeria. So somebody in the northern part of Nigeria can open, can bring out his phone, download a Bitcoin wallet, right? And the person will be able to receive funds. That's all. That's the idea of Bitcoin, right? So before I go ahead, let me uh, shout out to some people that have been contributing in the message in the comment section, right? I have Samuel Alagbe. He said he's happy to be here. So Samuel, you are welcome. Samuel, where are you joining us from? Please let us know. I have Waltse. Walter, you are welcome. I have Oluwatimileyin, you are welcome. David Dre, you are welcome. Okay. I have Chidebere Samuel said this is another week to learn. Yes, let's come here to learn. As a matter of fact, I want it to be as conversational as possible. I shouldn't just be the only person talking. So please share your questions, share your contributions. He said it's good to be here. And Okuno said Bitcoin is the future. Yes, you are right. Bitcoin is the future. Bitcoin is the future. You're right. All right. So let me continue with what I have for you today. Another thing about Bitcoin is that something is deflationary, and something is deflationary when it has a fixed supply, right? So right now I have my co-host in the building. I have my co-host. So
No, no.
shout out to you,
Yeah.
Emmanuel. Shout out to
Hi,
you,
buddy.
right?
How are
So
you? How are you? Good to
yeah,
be
I'm
here,
fine.
bro.
All right, awesome. I want it to be as conversational as possible. So I'm covering Bitcoin, and you cover
Mm,
Ethereum next.
mm, mm.
All right, you cover
Yeah,
Ethereum.
sure.
All
Yeah.
right. So as
I
I was
already
saying, I
also
said,
I'm liking the conversation and whatever's going on here. It's very conversational and
awesome.
very engaging, and I really love it so far.
Oh, all right, nice. So I was saying that Bitcoin is deflationary, right? So what does it mean when something is deflationary?
Mm.
It means that the total supply is known, right? The total supply is known, right? So, and you cannot just add to the supply anyhow. So Bitcoin is deflationary. Another characteristics of Bitcoin, which is very, very important, is Bitcoin is sound money. I'm sure that every one of us out there, in one way or the other, we've come across the statement sound money. Somebody have said those two words to us, sound money. So sound money simply means a money that is deflationary, that has a known supply, and it's being adopted, right? That people are getting to use it for exchange of value, for store of value every single day. More and more people are getting on board to be using it, and it still has a limited supply, right? So in that case, what's going to happen? It's going to appreciate in value. A sound money is the money that appreciates in value. And the reason why it appreciates in value is because as more and more people get to start using it, right, and the supply is still limited, it will appreciate in value. Our fiat currency, for example, I'm in Nigeria, which is Naira, is not a sound money. It's an inflationary money, right? That's why it depreciates. In Ghana, for example, they use cedis. It's also an inflationary money. It's a currency, it's a fiat currency, right? That's why it loses its value, right? And I can see some interesting messages that people are dropping in the comments. So I will soon react to that, right? So in summary, your Bitcoin is a bank account that anyone can create on their smartphone within 5 minutes. Within five minutes, you can download a wallet, create it, and you can start receiving money across the globe, right? I said you can start receiving money. I know that some people over there they're happy that okay, you just create a Bitcoin wallet and you start receiving money. Yes, but it's not like that. For you to get money, you need to provide something in exchange, right? So you can actually work and people pay you in Bitcoin. I know a lot of people that receive their salaries in Bitcoin, right? You can sell your products and services in Bitcoin, right? For farmers out there, right? Right now, farmers are complaining of little or no funding. So if you can come together, you can also receive funding in Bitcoin. So before I hand over to my co-host, I just want to react to some of the messages. Somebody said, "No single person can deter you from using Bitcoin. It's censorship resistant." That's true. Samuel Lagbe, you are right. So you say you're from Osun State, so you're welcome. Somebody said, "I've always wanted to ask this question." They say Bitcoin total supply is fixed, but you can still mine more Bitcoin. Okay, so that is very correct. That's very correct. There's a difference between the total supply and the circulating supply, right? And I'm going to clarify that right now. Okay, so now the total supply of Bitcoin is 21 million. Is not going to exceed 21 million Bitcoin, right? But right now, the circulating supply, which is the amount that people are using for exchange of value right now, people in Nigeria, people in China, people in UK, people in US, the amount of Bitcoin that is still circulating, that is on exchanges, that is with individuals right now, is what? About 19 million, thereabout, right? So the rest need to be mined. And mining is the process whereby these miners, they get to protect the Bitcoin network, right? They run a node, that is, they have a copy of the Bitcoin database, right? Right now, we have about 10,000 nodes in Bitcoin. 10,000 people that have a copy of the Bitcoin blockchain, right? So those people that are running this node, they are ensuring that no single person compromises or steals Bitcoin or hacks the system, right? They are protecting the system. They get compensated through mining, right? So that's about the best explanation I could give for that. Okay. So another thing you need to know is that you are right to say I think you mine from the already total supply available. Yes, you're right. Okay. Uh, Someone said there's still about 2 million Bitcoin to be mined. Correct. We still have about 2 million Bitcoin to be mined. As many persons as possible. Let's
Hello, can anybody hear me? Hello, can I be heard? Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me? Oh, can anyone hear me? I don't know if my network is problematic or it's my host. Um, I can hear you. Oh, okay. So I guess my host is a little bit off. The internet is down for him. So we are still talking about Bitcoin. He's talking about Bitcoin being deflationary. As you all know now, currencies like the CD here in Ghana is really inflation is really hitting it hard, and the CD keeps falling, falling. The CD becoming more like non-competitive, and the dollar keeps swallowing it up. All right. So what really we meant by crypto or Bitcoin being deflationary, the supply is fixed. All right. You know, one thing that really leads to inflation is the fact that more money is printed. All right. So the US government, when it sees that, I mean, there's less money in the system, what they do is they print more money, then it's not really manageable. It's not like only the central banks, all right, in order to um, keep the markets running. They print in more money if they see that there's no match in the system. Then that, if not manageable, can cause inflation. So that's what's happening with the cities now. It's not that even there is more money in the more. It's not that there's more CD in the system in Ghana in respect to Ghana or in Nigeria. It's purely due to the fact that the CD is you are using more other currencies than what you are using now, which means there's more supply of the currency than there is as a demand. All right, so that's really causing the CD to fall. But Bitcoin, the supply is fixed. We don't print Bitcoin, all right, and we don't take the supply out, all right. So Bitcoin, the supply is fixed. You can only someone asked the question that if the supply is fixed, why it's still being can't hear the audible enough. All right. Are we still why are we still mining Bitcoin? That's a good question. All right. So Bitcoin was programmed to have some amount of availability. There should be some limited supply of Bitcoin available in the market, all right, or in the crypto space. And Bitcoin, I think, is 25 million now. I think more than 16 or 20 million has already been mined, more than that, all right. So Bitcoin was programmed to have a specific cap as a supply, a specific supply cap, all right. And when that supply cap is reached, when the total when the total supply cap is met, there's no more Bitcoin, no more Bitcoin will be mined. You cannot mine Bitcoin. I don't know what's going to happen, but when you reach the 25 million, we can't to Bitcoin. We sent it to a wrong wallet, all right? So you send a Bitcoin to a wrong wallet, which means that Bitcoin is lost forever, all right? It doesn't know who the Bitcoin, as I speak now, the Bitcoin source is sitting in that particular wallet. So there are a lot of instances like that. I saw a video from BBC where one guy threw his hard disk where he had some Bitcoin. Now that Bitcoin worth about more than $200 million, or maybe threw it away. He's now trying to recover or recover or get that habits back, but he's not getting it. All right. So that Bitcoin that he had on it, which is 1,000 Bitcoins, lost forever. It can never be reminted or remined. All right. So the supply is fixed and we cannot mine more Bitcoin. So now we talked about Bitcoin. Are you okay with Bitcoin? Let me hear your comments coming. Please keep the comments coming. If you have any comments, you can share with me. You can hear you now. All right. If you have any comments, you can share with me now. or we move to Ethereum. All right. So now the difference we are discussing the differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right. And we talked more about Bitcoin. We talked about being the first cryptocurrency that was mined. The first Genesis block was mined on Bitcoin. Someone is saying we can't hear. Oh, really? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Don't you think the price of Bitcoin shoots up because when there is no more Bitcoin mined? What happens before the petition? All right, so good question. Someone's actually, don't you think the price of Bitcoin will shoot up rigorously when there is no more Bitcoin to be mined? All right, so it is speculated that the price of Bitcoin, let me tell you one thing about Bitcoin. We have 25 million of Bitcoin to be mined, right? If I'm not mistaken. And out of the 25 million Bitcoin that is supposed to be mined, already we have so much of this Bitcoin, this total supply lost forever. It is not circulating. It's stuck in the wallet forever due to people's mistaken belief. Bitcoin, when Bitcoin came at first, a lot of people didn't really believe this coin would be such a valuable or popular as now or as it is today. So they really didn't pay much attention to Bitcoin. I remember I bought a coin, right? Some 2017 there, I bought a coin. And the coin, the value was way down. And at point, I realized that this coin would amount to nothing. So I put that coin in one Ethereum wallet that I had, and apparently I forgot the private key, even though I knew that it's particular Ethereum address. So during the last bull run, I saw the price of the coin. Like, yes, I remember this coin. I have some part of it. I have some amount of this. I have some of this crypto sitting in my Ethereum wallet. So I went to check, and I realized I couldn't access my MetaMask. All right, so I did everything I could, went into my files and all that to see if I can get the code or the private key to this particular. I couldn't find it. All right, and that price went up, and it was very frustrating. And this coin that I had is lost forever because I can't. It's lost. It's there. It's sitting there, which can never be used again. And it's all part of the supply. So Bitcoin, as a question that you're asking, that Bitcoin or the consider you're making that Bitcoin will shoot up rigorously whilst the total supply is money. Yes, of course, it will definitely shoot up. And a lot of people are speculating that the price of Bitcoin can even get to $1 million per coin. All right, who knows? Bitcoin was less than $1. We never believed or we never thought that Bitcoin could be $20,000 today or even $67,000 some months back. All right, so definitely, while the total Bitcoin is mined, I'm pretty much sure that we are at least 100,000 above we can cross. Okay, someone says, what happens if all the BTC is mined? All right, so there's a cap on it, and let's say while the total supply is mined, what happens is I believe probably there should be I don't know what happened. I don't really know what will happen because what I'm very confident is there will be so much limit or there will be really limited supply because by that time probably a lot of people might have come into the space. Everybody would want to, Bitcoin is like the gold of crypto. All right, the highest or let's say the most precious asset in crypto space. So everybody would want to use Bitcoin as a store of value. All right, so everybody would want to try to have at least a crypto or some satoshi in their wallet, which means the price will really, really go up, and it will keep on circulating. I don't know what will happen. I don't know if people would view Bitcoin totally as an asset than a currency like gold or whatever. I don't know what happened, but what I know for sure is the price will definitely show up. All right, so you lost your coin because you can't remember your private key. Yes, because I can't remember my private key. What I do is to keep safe. I don't keep my private keys on hard disk or on pen drive. I don't do that. Everything is on paper. All right. So I have everything printed on paper. Everything. In crypto, you have to take some precaution. You don't know what will happen. You have to. You can't promise tomorrow. So at least you have to have everything really organized so that your assets, your data assets, your assets on the internet will have some will be there for people to access, people that you authorize to access. Someone once said that very soon in our lives, properties or will or inheritance will be in passwords. All right, in passwords or private keys. All right, so I'm not overthinking, but to keep secure, no, don't know. I just keep everything on paper, and I and I have only one person private to all my details. But that particular paper, I knew I wrote it somewhere, printed it somewhere, but I just can't not find it. All right. So are we all okay? Are we all okay with Bitcoin? If you are okay with Bitcoin, please type yes. Then we quickly move to Ethereum right now. So please let's go. If you have any contribution with Bitcoin, quickly just share it. If you are okay, let's move to Ethereum. Just click yes, I'm okay. Let's move on quickly, please. Are we okay? Should we move to Ethereum? I can't see your comments coming, please. Can you all see me? Can you all hear me? If you can hear me and if you think we should move to Ethereum, please type yes. Then we move to Ethereum. All right. So I don't know. Can we move to Ethereum? I need this to be clarified. All right. So those Bitcoin mine, did they add to the total supply? Yes. Currently, okay, someone just typed. I think we are still early in the crypto space and there's more Bitcoin to go around. There's not much Bitcoin to go around. I think there's now let's say if we all have we are about 6 billion people on earth, right? Or 5 billion, I'm not too sure. Even if let's say Nigerian alone try to if Nigerians alone Yeah, guys, I think the network really messed up today. It's messing up today. I'm so sorry about it. Let's quickly move. Guys, what's happening with the network today is crazy. The network is really, really crazy today. Can you all hear me, please? Can you hear me quickly? If you can hear me, type yes, and let's move on to Ethereum quickly. I think today we'll have to manage with the network. Next week we see what will happen. We see how we can improvise. Maybe work on another network.
Hi, can you hear me now? Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me now? Please, can you hear me? All right, so I can't hear anything. All right, someone's saying I can't hear anything. Can you hear me now? If you can type yes, type yes. If you can hear me, type yes. All right, so am I still not being heard?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Panama
can hear
Growth
you.
is back.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Welcome. Thank you, Samuel. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. I can
All
hear you.
right. So let's quickly move to smart contract. The network is not being fair with us today. So Michael's talked about Bitcoin already. We have really dive deep into Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency, as the first cryptocurrency. So the first cryptocurrency to bear the blockchain, the first cryptocurrency to run on the blockchain. So now let's talk about smart contract, right? So smart contract, the first cryptocurrency that really brought about the smart contract was Ethereum, all right? So smart contract is like a set of code that is programmed to execute some predetermined agreements, all right? I don't know if you get me. Like a set of codes programmed, and within that code, they have within that code, they have some predetermined agreement to be executed, all right? So let's say if I want to do business with my co-host, he's in Nigeria and I'm in Ghana. If you want to do some business, we can try to code all the agreement that the agreement of the agreement to the project that we want to do, to the sale of the business that we want to do, all right? And everything will be embedded in the blockchain. Everything will be coded in the blockchain as a smart contract. And what happens is when I fulfill my parts and you also fulfill this part, then it's like the contract really executes by itself. So we don't need a third party, we don't need a lawyer, we don't need anybody to determine where if someone is flouting or going against the set rules or set the set engagement or whatever. The contract is embedded in a blockchain or in a code form, and it executes by itself. All right. So it's pretty much explains itself. Smart contract. It's smart contract because just like mobile phone like this, which is not smart, you really need to do anything. You really need to do everything by yourself. You can't WhatsApp, do video calls like this, or I can't use this phone to engage like what I'm engaging, how I'm engaging with you now, right? But with a smartphone is like a portable computer in your palm, all right, or in your pocket, all right. So smart contract basically is really the advanced form of contract. A contract that doesn't need lawyer, that doesn't need any interpretation, because once we agree that this is how we want the contract or the terms of trade should be, we put everything in a blockchain form and it executes by itself, all right. So the first blockchain with a smart contract is Ethereum. Ethereum that we all know. Ethereum has become one of the second most popular cryptocurrency out there, and it's been through a lot as a coin. It has gone through it's been tested and tried, and it's now still the biggest blockchain currently because a lot of people are programming on it. A lot of people are creating products. A lot of people are developing on it, are creating some kind of services on it. The first Binance started on the Ethereum block. Binance started on the Ethereum blockchain before moving to Binance Smart Chain on the Binance mainnet. All right, so blockchain or the Ethereum blockchain has become like a developers. It's become like the developers 101 software or application that any crypto enthusiast or any crypto programmer or any crypto entrepreneur would want to start by. But now, thank God we have Binance Chain, which is incredible. The Binance Chain, I think, for me personally, is far better than the Ethereum blockchain because, like, it revives the whole deal with the Ethereum blockchain, the pros and cons, the effects, what is keeping a lot of people away from the Ethereum blockchain. I mean, the high gas fees and higher expense of developing the blockchain, Ethereum blockchain, and Binance has created a smart blockchain, a smart contract blockchain that everyone or anyone can develop at cheaper, in a cheaper form, right? So now Binance blockchain as a smart contract blockchain has now currently become the crypto entrepreneur favorite, all right, where every entrepreneur wants to develop some kind of MVP or viral product or any project on the blockchain to develop on, all right? So I don't know if my co-host has something to say about that. The difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum is that Ethereum brought about the smart contract, while Bitcoin was just more transactional. All right. So the Bitcoin was just the first place to put things like, wow, cryptocurrency, well, the blockchain works, or blockchain can work. So this is how blockchain, this is what blockchain can do. Blockchain can help us execute business or do any form of make any form of transaction a reality without the interference of a third party or whatsoever. All right. Then Ethereum came and developed more. It came to build more on the Genesis blockchain or the Bitcoin blockchain, where it's not only about exchanging cryptocurrency or buying and selling crypto. It's become more like a platform where we can develop a real use case product on. All right. So that is it for Ethereum. So I don't know if anybody has any contribution or question.
Yeah, there's no
Anybody
contribution,
has any
but somebody
question?
is trying to crack.
Keep your questions coming. All right. Oh, the network
All
should be
right,
back
all
fine.
right.
All
Can you hear
right.
me?
So any question or my co-host can hear me? My co-host, I can't hear
All
you.
right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay. Can you hear me, Emmanuel? I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right. Please type in the comment section if you can hear me clearly.
I'm not sure I understand.
Please type in the comment section if you can hear me clearly. They are not hearing me. I can hear you. Can you hear me, Emmanuel? I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh, okay, awesome, awesome. So Uwanchuku Wanobi said he can hear me. All right, all right. So my co-host Emmanuel has
Okay, can you
done
hear me?
justice to. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
All right,
Can you hear me?
all right. So
Okay.
we can
Awesome.
hear. All right, so hear you, but Bitcoin talked about Ethereum, talked about smart contracts, it talked about blockchain or Bitcoin blockchain. All right, and all right. So now can we move to the proof of work versus the proof of stake?
All right.
All
All
right, we
right.
can move
Thank
to
you.
proof of
Thank you,
work and proof of
Emmanuel.
stake. So, of course, I don't know what do you think of what when we say proof of work, what really comes to mind?
Okay. So when you say proof of work simply means mining, and that is how we protect the Bitcoin network, right? So proof of work is the consensus algorithm. So when I say consensus, consensus is how a group of people come together and agree on a particular thing, right? So when it comes to Bitcoin, where we have distributed nodes that has a copy of the blockchain, the only way they can come together and agree on which transaction is legitimate, which transaction should we add to the block, that is proof of work. That's consensus algorithm. And we have so many consensus algorithm out there. Okay, so can anyone maybe send me number of consensus algorithm that they know using the comment section, right? So we also have proof of stake. So proof of stake is how platforms like BNB Solana, Avalanche, Polygon. That is their consensus algorithm. Okay, my host, your YouTube is on. I think is echoing. Is echoing. Your YouTube.
All right, so can you hear me? Okay, just like you
Yes, I can
said,
hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
we talked about proof of work. Proof of work is more like you really, let me put it this way, something that you have to work for. All right, with Bitcoin, you cannot just, if you don't want to buy Bitcoin, one of the ways to mine Bitcoin is also be a miner. And I don't know if you've talked about how Bitcoin is mined. You know, Bitcoin mining is like what we can call a Bitcoin reward, right? Because when some people, two people want to execute some kind of any form, want to execute some form of transaction or any kind of transaction, what happens is the blockchain broadcasts those kind of transactions. All right. So then there'll be some like of scrabbling for or scrambling to solve that kind of mathematics or the complex mathematics that will reward you, that will get you that reward in Bitcoin. All right. So what happens is those who have more computing power or more GPU computing power, which means they can have more energy to get that mathematics or that complex mathematics to be solved in order to be rewarded in Bitcoin. All right. So what miners do actually is when they connect their computer to when they connect their computer to the node or to the blockchain network, they confirm transaction, they verify transaction, and also confirm transaction. All right. So the first person to get the transaction, maybe to get the mathematics that in turn solves the that in turn breaks the form of transaction that we are executing. The first person to do that, the first computer to do that, actually will be with the rewarded with the Bitcoin. All right, but the proof of stake is different. So with Bitcoin, you need some machines connected to each other. You need some computers. You need some computer with a high-end GPU. Before then, you can even use your laptop to mine Bitcoin. But now you can't use your laptop to mine Bitcoin, regular laptop to mine Bitcoin, because now the competition is high. It's like a mine area where the resources there are being depleted or is depleting so quickly. So those who have more machines or sophisticated machines get to do more. All right. You know, in mining, you need to excavator, you need oil, you need champagne, you need so many machines for you to mine gold. If you want to mine gold, you really so many machines has to come together, so many resources must be put together in order for you to be able to mine the gold. The same with Bitcoin. But what happens with Bitcoin is that you need a computer, really high-end computer. You need internet, you need electricity, and once you get all that, and once you have that high GPU to be able to accord it with the privilege to solve that mathematics, you'll be rewarded with the Bitcoin. So it's I don't know how best to explain it, but in simple terms, that's how Bitcoin is mined. All right. So proof of work means you have to work for it to get it. All right. There are people working behind the scenes to make
Okay.
sure that there are transactions being confirmed, being verified, and all that. All right. But with proof of work,
Okay.
proof of stake is
Let me
different.
add to it.
Proof of stake means you will need some of the token, generated token from that blockchain, or generated coin from that blockchain. Then you put that coin in a pool. All right. So that pool really secures the network, and in turn you are rewarded with more coins. Okay. So for example, let's say you deposited, let's say like a treasure bill. Treasure bill, what you do is you buy the treasure bill, you keep more money, probably um, you give more liquidity to the government. If the treasure bill that you bought for the government, you give more liquidity to the government, then the government in turn, which means you kind of secure the government's financial pool, then the government in turn will reward you with more money, depending on, let's say, if it's Naira, you bought a treasury bill in Naira, you rewarded with more Naira, it's cities rewarded with more cities. So with proof of stake too, what you get, maybe if BNB, let's say if you have, let's say, 1,000 BNB, when you put that BNB into the BNB smart chain pool, what you do is you secure the network, then you will be rewarded. So instead of you to work getting Bitcoin, so unlike Bitcoin, you would have to get some machines and or constant electricity and all that to make sure that you are really work hard to confirm transactions and to keep the network secure, for you to get more Bitcoin, the proof of work start like Michael said, like Solana, like BNB, like all those coins. What you do is you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is to make sure that you become part of the liquidity pool. All right. Then you will be to secure the network. Then in turn rewarded with a coin in the same kind or with a coin of the same kind. All right. So pretty much that's my
Okay, let
understanding
me
of
ask you that.
proof of stake and proof of work. I don't know if my co-host has something more
Yeah,
like to share on it. Share
sure,
on it.
sure.
Stake
All
and
right,
proof of
all right.
work.
So
I don't
thank
know if my
you
co-host
for
has something
that
more
summary
like
and
to share on it.
explanation.
Sure. Sure. All right. All right. So thank you.
Your audio, okay, nice. All right. So, adding to what you said about proof of work, I will just go ahead and share some of the disadvantage or negative side, right? So, while proof of work is protecting Bitcoin and ensuring that no party can censor Bitcoin, right? It also has its own disadvantages. And one of them is that people believe it is not really environmentally friendly, right? For you to do proof of work, you need to burn a lot of resources. You need to have a laptop that is always on. You need to have a laptop that is always connected to the internet. You need to have a laptop that is doing all sorts of computational work, right? Okay. So, for example, the energy consumption of Bitcoin in a single year, that is the electricity that Bitcoin is consuming in a single year, is higher than the total amount of energy that the country of Argentina is consuming, right? So that's a very huge amount of power that is being burned just to secure Bitcoin. Okay, so we have people on the other side that are saying, don't let us burn all this electricity. It's not environmental friendly. Let's come to proof of work, whereas we just put our cryptocurrency asset, we stake it down to become a validator in the network. A validator are people that run nodes and verify the transaction. Okay, so in proof of stake, you don't burn too much electricity. You just verify transaction, whereas you have staked your coin. Okay, so whenever if you verify a wrong transaction, then you stand a chance to lose the amount of coins that you have staked down. Okay, so let's say, for example, I and my co-host are the validator for a coin that we created for live streaming. Okay, so if you are going to be using proof of stake, what it means is that I'm going to drop an amount of that token. I'm going to lock it down. My course is going to lock it down. Okay, so while we keep verifying transaction, if I'm honest and I verify the right transaction, right, I'm going to be getting interest on the amount I stake down, right? But if I'm a bad actor, right, and I verify wrong transaction, that is, I want to compromise that blockchain, I stand a chance to lose all the amount of coins that I staked. Okay, so uh, so that's like a different. Okay, proof of work is not environmental friendly, while proof of stake is much environmental friendly. Okay, but I believe there's a cost to everything, right? If electricity is the cost that we're going to have to spend in order to have a decentralized peer-to-peer permissionless currency like Bitcoin, yes, I think it worth it, right? And if you have to look at it, look at proof of stake on the other side. Some people believe because you are not burning any much resources, that you are just taking money. Some people believe is plutocracy. And plutocracy is a system of governance whereby the rich keep getting richer, right? In proof of work, you can run a node if you have a laptop, right? The blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain is about 400 gigabytes. So if you have a laptop with 1 terabyte, you can run a node, right? But in proof of stake, whereby you are staking your asset, you need to have a huge sum of that cryptocurrency asset before you can run a validator node. BNB, for example, has about about 21 validators, right? So BNB, for example, has about 21 validators, and before you can become a validator, you need to have a huge amount of BNB. So what if you don't have a huge amount? That means you cannot participate. So in a way, proof of stake, even though it's environmental friendly, it has this aspect of plutocracy whereby the rich keep getting richer and it can easily be compromised. Another coin like Zilliqa, another coin, cryptocurrency coin called Zilliqa, has only 16 validators, right? So these validators can be compromised. They can come together and reverse transaction, come together, even print more coins. Okay, so proof of work is still the most decentralized cryptocurrency blockchain, right? Is the most censorship resistant for now. So I will go over some questions there. Someone is saying, do people mine Bitcoin in Nigeria? Okay. As a last time I checked, we don't have any miner in Nigeria, right? But we have people that run nodes. So I know of someone personally, he has a Bitcoin node. So he has a full record of the Bitcoin blockchain. He's a Nigerian. So I know of someone. So but right now in Nigeria, we have about 3 Bitcoin nodes. So those nodes just have the record. They don't do mining, right? So I think in Africa we have about 1 or 2 miners that really mine. Okay. Okay, so someone said electricity is a major problem for Bitcoin miners. That is true. That is true. Okay. So I haven't said that. Michael, do you have any contribution before we move to fan token? Okay, Emmanuel, do you have any contribution?
Yeah, I think you said it all. That the practice part is the the proof of stake being less democratic than. And you saw what happened with Luna, right? When the general masses, the general holders were thinking validators coming together in consensus to plan to come up with some more strategy to make sure that that Luna does not point in correlation with the USC. I think it's really much debate, and when the Hamas posted the video, what they did was to create a new prop out to clear that. And it's so surprising that a lot of people, a lot of holders of Luna didn't like that. A lot of people did never liked the idea. I was a holder myself. I thought he lost some money there. And there were a lot of people who disagree with the fact that she took it. But they went ahead, right? They had the power, right? So where's the democracy in this space? So what you said about proof of work being less democratic or being more, if I should use the word more uh, plutocratic or plutocratic, as you said it, then you are right. You are totally right. That means proof of work is like but don't you think proof of work now has now been for those who can afford to earn more power? Like before, proof of work would be if I have my own laptop, I can just connect to the node, I can just connect to a whole blockchain network, then I can mine Bitcoin and 1 or 2, right? But now with just a regular laptop, even with let's say a modern laptop, you cannot do much because people now have mining farms. I've created crazy farms corporately to mine this coin. So now what is even the democracy in the proof of work? I don't know if there is any democracy. Now democracy now lies with the supply of
Okay.
this cryptocurrency. My own, I mean,
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
my own, opinion. All right, I think it lies more
All right.
in the total supply. I mean, having the money to buy the little you can. But when it
Yeah, I
comes
agree
to
with you.
those who have the power to create the supply, I think what Satoshi was trying to avoid by making sure that the powerful wouldn't create more money for everyone to use. Now, I think you are coming down to that level. What do you
Yes.
think about it? I don't know if I'm
Yes,
in
you're
the
right.
same
You're
thing.
right.
What do
I
you think about that?
Yes, you're right. Let me add to that. Let me add to that. All right. So you are right by you are right. Mining right now is not that profitable, right? Some people are asking in the comment section, how can I start my own Bitcoin mining, right? So mining right now is not profitable. That's the fact, right? But you can run your node. If you want to protect the network, you can run your node and you can still mine. But it's just that you might not be you might not be compensated. Well, you might not be well compensated for that, right? So, but I want to add to what my co-host said. Right now, it's still much easier to run a Bitcoin node to protect the Bitcoin network than to run or be a validator in in a BNB or any proof of stake coin. To become a validator in BNB, you need millions of the token, right? But you don't need millions to start running the Bitcoin node. So yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right that right now you need a lot of probably to run a Bitcoin node. You need about $2,000. You need about $2,000 to run a Bitcoin node. Okay, so let us dive in. We are running out of time, so I want us to dive into fan token. I'm sure we have people out there that have, that have spotted Barcelona token, Lazio token, PSG token. So this the collective name for this type of new tokens are fan token, and you can also call them social token. Okay, these are digital assets that are created on the blockchain that grants the owner access to service services on sport organizations, right? So this type of token grants you access to services that sport organizations provide, okay? And they are being built on the Chiliz blockchain. You can search about it, right? And to know more about them, you can download the socios.com app. Socios, SOCIOS, socios.com app. Okay. The main idea of all these fan token is so that you can have the opportunity to engage with your favorite team, right? And you can participate through polling on socials.com app. Okay, so let's say your team, let's say for example my favorite team is Barcelona. If I have the Barcelona token on socials.com, if they want to make some decisions about the Barcelona jersey, right, and they run a poll, I can contribute by using the fan token, the Barcelona fan token. And these tokens are available on Binance.com. As a matter of fact, I believe that in the next stage in cryptocurrency, we are going into GameFi, we are going to SocialFi, right? So I think you should also take a look at all these fan token. Okay. Also, to before I hand over to my co-host, I think it's important we cover spot trading and leverage trading, right? Spot trading and leverage trading. Okay. So some people are mentioning FC Porto token. You are right. Juventus token. You are right. So these are some of the tokens that we have out there, and I want you guys to do more research. Go to Binance platform. Look at some of these tokens that we have. Okay. So I want us to quickly cover spot trading and leverage trading. I will just give 2 points that distinguishes between spot trading and leverage trading. And my co-host is also going to give us some points about spot trading and leverage trading. All right. So one thing you need to know about spot trading and leverage trading is that in spot trading, you are trading the real asset. If you go to spot market on Binance and you buy Bitcoin or you buy BNB, you can withdraw it to your wallet because that is the real asset. But when it comes to leverage trading, you are not trading the real asset. If you go to leverage trading and you place a trade, you cannot withdraw it. You are trading the synthetic asset. And another word for it is derivatives. In leverage trading, you are trading derivatives, right? You are trading the that another 3x, 5x, 10x, 20x, 100x. That means you can borrow 20x or 100 times your money, right? So while I don't strongly advise people to do leverage trading, because the higher the leverage you are using, the higher the leverage, which is the higher money you can borrow, the higher money you can make, and also the higher possibility of you losing your money, right? So I always advise people to stick with the spot market. And finally, we all know what Bitcoin fork is. We all know what a cryptocurrency fork is. Bitcoin has been forked a number of times. Ethereum blockchain has been forked a number of times. So in the occurrence of a cryptocurrency fork, if you are doing spot trading and you have your assets in the spot market, you will get access of the fork. That is, you have the original coin and the other coin that was forked. You have the two of them. But in leverage trading, you don't have access to the fork. Okay, so those are the few distinctions. My course, I don't know if my course has more to add to that. Okay, so please keep bringing your question. Those are the major distinction. Another distinction is trading fees. Trading fees. Trading fees way more cheaper than on the futures market or in leverage trading. And the reason is just because in leverage trading, you are trading with more capital, so you'll be paying more fees. All right. So I would say that we are about, about the idea. Okay. All right, so having said that, we have come to the end of this live session. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Thank you for your time. It's been a wonderful 1 hour, 8 minutes of learning. We look forward to seeing you next week. So please don't forget to fill the form that is being shown on the screen or the form that has been attached to this live stream so that you can participate in the $100 BUSD giveaway. All right. So finally, share your views. Share what you want us to cover in the next coming episode. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. So my host,
Yeah.
over to you.
All right. So yeah, thanks to everybody or everyone who joined. We had a wonderful discussion. Thank you so much, coach. I really love it, and you said it all. You couldn't have said it better. I mean, you've given us all that we need to know about proof of work, proof of stake, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now fan token. But before we wrap up, what do you think? How does the market look to you today? I mean, for you today, what do you see? Do you think we are now heading uptrend? We are moving all green, or we are about to bob in the Red Sea again in the coming week?
Okay, awesome. So that's a very good question, and I will also want our viewers to answer that question. But before I answer mine, I have a CZ Binance quote here, which says that
Mm-hmm.
if you can't hold, you won't be rich.
You
Okay,
won't be
so
rich.
right now, I believe is the time to hold your cryptocurrency assets. Right, don't
Yeah,
panic sell.
it's
Don't
time
panic
to build
sell.
up, build.
Yeah, don't
Mm.
panic sell. And I'm going to give some suggestions, but it's not a financial advice, right? So I want you guys to look into fan token. they could do well, and some other tokens out there, right? I want you guys to look into fan token, maybe buy some, right? But not financial advice, right? So just buy
Yeah, yeah,
gradually.
yeah. With the fan token, sorry. Rather, with the fan token is something that I also am looking at. Currently, I am holding Juventus. I'm not a fan of Juventus. I'm a full Barca fan.
Yeah,
I'm a
nice,
partial
nice.
Barca fan anyway. I'm
All right.
all right. So I'm looking forward to Raw Barca token as well. Just like you said, it's not financial advice, but looking at how sport is fully embraced by almost everybody in any household. We have at least one or two sports fan, all right, football fan. So it's very important that in crypto, it's all about community and use case. So, like you said, it's not a financial advice, but something to, right?
Awesome, awesome. So
All right, right.
I
But
think
back to my question
buy.
again.
I
What do
think
you think of the week? Are we going all red or we are going green? Are we going to painted green or we are going to experience some red sea? Are we going to
okay.
keep dipping or we are
I,
going
I
to
think
move it?
okay. All right. So I think we are going up because right now most of the coins
Yeah,
have dropped by about 90%, 95%. Most of the coins have
yeah,
dropped about 90 to 95%. So I think we have little downside to go any longer, right?
yeah,
So right
exactly,
now there's
exactly.
more
I
possibility
agree.
of going up, right? But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean you should now go and put all your money and buy at once. So I would still suggest you buy gradually and you spread your risk across some of
Mm,
these coins. It's not everything that's going to
awesome.
come back up. Not
Mm.
everything is coming back up. So spread your risk and buy gradually. We are going up.
And I also think one of the strategies that our viewers can also look into, before the bull run, we all got into coins that probably now you don't see much future with it. All right, you all rode on the hype. All right, some coins that we have now, we are thinking of an exit route. All right, so I think it's now the season for those of us who hold those kind of coins to rethink. All right, when let's say you invested in token X and you see that now almost all the coins are down. And if you are holding the token X, if you don't see the future with it, if you see the Ethereum is dying or the hype is dying, all you have to do is to think about, probably selling and getting to more known coins or more known tokens. All right. Then when the market begins to pick up, then probably you can think of buying them back. So I think now it's good to keep buying more coins, more real known coins like Binance Coin, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. All right. So that's
Yeah.
what I have to say. So thank you, Coach.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you everyone. I really appreciate your time and I look forward to seeing you
Keep
in our
holding,
next
keep holding, keep
episode.
holding, keep holding.
Wow, that's nice. Is
Uh,
that gold? Is that gold? Is that gold?
it's like a Bitcoin replica.
Oh, I need Bitcoin gold. I need the
Yeah.
gold. Can we get gold?
Ah,
Gold, Bitcoin.
yeah, it is supposed to be gold, but then maybe you have the money so you can buy a gold and mold it into Bitcoin. Then probably you can
Oh, nice.
have your private key printed behind it, all right? Then you can send it to me in
Yeah,
Ghana.
yeah, nice.
I'll be
No
thankful
problem, no
if
problem.
you do that.
But do you know somebody did that and was arrested? Do you know?
Hmm. Whoa,
Yeah, he
where?
was arrested.
I'm
That was
interested.
in that was in the US. So they said he was printing his own money. So what the person did was
Yeah.
coin Bitcoin and put the private key inside inside the gold
Hmm.
coin, right? So then he will
Hmm.
now send Bitcoin transaction into it. But he was arrested. You can research about it. Bitcoin bar.
Whoa.
Bitcoin bar. You can research about
Whoa.
it. Yeah.
Whoa. I remember sometime there was a token that I had that I printed it on paper. All right. I transferred the token as hard wallets, all right, on paper. I hope that is not also illegal.
No, no, no.
All
So far,
right,
you're not
guys.
selling it. So far,
Hmm. I
all
didn't
right,
sell to
guys. All
nobody.
right,
I
all
didn't sell
right.
to anybody.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.